makes a great point. Teofimo Lopez, whenever he has been the underdog, it's been 2 fights.
That's right.
He has fought the best fights of his career. And is the Shakur who beat Zepeda just now good enough to beat the Teo who beat Lomachenko, right? Or does Shakur need to find another gear to beat that Teo?
That's the thing. It's going to be a chess match. It has to be a chess match. They both are smart fighters. They're both great fighters. They both are proven fighters. They have a great resume in front of them. So we're going to find out who has the goods.
And with Shakur Stevenson being defensive-minded first, Teofimo Lopez can feint, and Shakur Stevenson is going to naturally take that full step to half step back, shrinking his real estate. I think Teofimo Lopez can keep feinting him into position where he wants him. And Teofimo Lopez can then strike with combinations, with great power, with his accuracy, his boxing ability, his punch selection, and his IQ.
Max Kellerman is officially sounding the alarm, and his latest breakdown has the boxing world buzzing. While most analysts treat Shakur Stevenson as an untouchable defensive ghost, Kellerman is bluntly explaining why that elite aura could soon be shattered. He's not just calling this a tough fight, he's labeling it a strategic nightmare for Stevenson. According to Max, Shakur isn't merely facing another opponent, he's stepping into a stylistic trap crafted by the one man with the tools to crack his puzzle. This isn't just speculation, it's a warning. And if Kellerman's analysis proves correct, we could be witnessing one of the most shocking upsets in modern boxing history.
Great, man.
In the face-off, what did you see in his eyes when you looked at him? All that talk, but what did you see in the eyes? The eyes don't lie.
Yeah, you know, he knows he's in there. He's in there with Teofimo. But we'll see more when we get to fight week.
Talk to me about this fight. Were there any concessions you have to make? Any stipulations that are of interest? Is there a rematch clause in this?
No rematch clause. We risk it all the time. No need for a rematch clause.
Gordo, talk to us a little bit about what this fight means to you and your legacy.
Oh my goodness, man, this thing means everything to me. This is just another fighter, another column into my own pedigree, to my own style. This is what it is, you know. And what better way than here at Madison Square Garden? This will be number 10 fighting here in the Mecca. This will be number 5 in the big room. So I'm very blessed. I'm very thankful. And nevertheless, man, I want more. Let's see who we get after this. We just got to keep it going, man. We're not even in our prime yet.
The heart of the issue lies in a subtle technical glitch that often goes unnoticed. While Shakur Stevenson is a master of distance, Max Kellerman highlights that Teofimo Lopez brings what he calls physical and technical equalizers to the table. Think back to the legendary Roy Jones Jr., who moved around a defensive genius like James Toney, not just out-punching him, but using angles with his feet to occupy spaces that seemed impossible. Teofimo possesses that same rare skill. He doesn't simply pressure forward, he steps around opponents, creating ghost angles that can throw a pure counterpuncher like Shakur off balance. Kellerman's analysis suggests that because both fighters are natural counterpunchers, eventually someone will have to take the initiative. If that fighter is Teofimo, his unconventional footwork could frustrate Shakur in ways a standard pressure fighter never could.
Anyway, technical fight. Let's see what Shakur is going to show up. I hope it's the Shakur that fought William Zepeda, you know, but we're ready for anything. You know, Teofimo Lopez brings excitement to the sport. Every time he comes to fight, he comes to fight. So you already know what he does. You know, Madison Square Garden, he's the best when he's the underdog. And, you know, just to put it out there, we never lost to any southpaw in his whole career. And I'm talking about the amateurs, over 200 fights. We never lost to southpaw. This guy's not going to be the number one.
But there's a darker layer emerging from the 2026 press tour. In a recent viral press conference, Teofimo Lopez made a chilling claim, suggesting that conventional boxing hasn't been enough to trouble Shakur, and that he might need to rely on what he called illegal tactics just to land a clean shot. While Max Kellerman laughed off the comment, it highlights the very real frustration Shakur can induce in his opponents. Yet experts like Antonio Tava see a potential strategic opening within that frustration.
It's going to be a super fight. I think for the winner goes the spoils. You know what I mean? They're going to get up on that pound for pound list. But how they get there, I don't know, bro. We got the technical fighter against a real unpredictable fighter like Teofimo Lopez. The kid got good footwork in and out, and he like to jump in with them right hands and hooks, and you know, that's how he get his guy off balance. But Shakur Stevenson, man, if he lead with that jab and control him, it's gonna be a hell of a fight. I can see the boxer outboxing Teofimo all night, and I can see Teofimo counterpunching with a lot of success. So it's whoever really force their style and force their game on the other guy, but it's gonna be a hell of a fight no matter what.
Who you got winning?
Smart money on the boxer, but anything can happen when, you know, you get two guys that talented and with everything at stake. So you know, sometimes greatness rise to the occasion.
So who's that guy? Who's that guy? I gotta get him.
Hey man, you know what? If it goes under the distance, I think Teo have landed something crazy. And if it goes to decision, I think, you know what I mean, Shakur Stevenson had his.
Tava pointed out that if Stevenson is forced onto his back foot or pinned against the ropes, Teofimo Lopez's combination punching becomes his ultimate kryptonite. It's not just about landing a single big shot, it's the relentless volume and lightning speed of Teofimo's hands in close quarters, a challenge Shakur hasn't had to face at this elite level.
Of course, is the better technical fighter. I think Teo is very athletic, very explosive, got good pop. It's a tough one to pick. It's a tough one to pick. I think this fight, they're both going to bring the best out of each other because Shakur got to be on point. But Teo know with Shakur, he got to be on point. But if I had to pick, a gun to my head, I had to pick. Because Teo fights to the level of his competition. Like they may look and say he lost the game. Okay, he did lose the Gamboses. But I don't know. But sometimes I ain't think he had a chance in the world of beating Lomachenko. But he proved me wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like Josh Taylor, he crushed Josh. The way he beat Josh Taylor. So Teo fights to the level of the way he's been looking lately. Me personally, I don't like it the way he's been looking lately. But you can never count Teo out because he fights the level of his competition. So you can never count him out. But Shakur is tough to deal with. Shakur is sharp, man. He's tough to deal with. Very good technically. If he just lets his hands go a little more, it's gonna be. I just can't wait to see it. This is one of them fights. I'm gonna be sitting on the edge of my seat. Like, I just can't wait to see it. I can't wait. Can't get here fast enough. But both guys are phenomenal. I just can't wait to see it.
Do you think it'll be a good fight? Some people say it's not going to be a good fight, but
no, I think it's going to be.
It'll be. I think
it's going to be a good. I think it's going to be a great fight.
Mm.
I think it's going to be a great fight, especially if Shakur turn it up. If he turn up the heat, it's going to be a great fight.
When it comes to illegal tactics, this isn't just hype. Teofimo Lopez has been caught on camera talking about using excessive clinching, forearm raking, and rabbit punches to the back of the head, all designed to break Shakur's rhythm and throw him off his game.
You seen the uppercut? I saw his uppercut to the body. He got stolen after he. Hey, hold on.
Because y'all ain't paying attention to what Barboza do. Right here. He gonna get him on the ropes. Here you go. Watch uppercut. Boom. Right there in between.
Did catch you.
Right there in between.
But he feeling saucy though. Look.
Yeah, for sure.
Look. He got caught.
For sure. That's nice.
If he's doing that to you. Bro, come January 31st.
He's gonna do the tactics that he's been doing. So he may do some weird kind of. Will it bother me? No, but what I really do want, I want the judges to pay attention to the actual who's landing what, instead of paying attention to this, all that.
Now that was good to say because he started doing that after the uppercut.
Yeah.
That I missed, and all I saw was the dancing.
Yeah.
And you know what I feel? That he got the best of that situation.
Yes, for sure.
Because I didn't have the eye to catch that uppercut and the little stuff he was doing.
I want the judges to pay attention. Okay,
It may sound desperate, but in a high-stakes chess match where one man moves like a ghost, sometimes you have to set the board on fire to win. This isn't just speculation. Shakur himself responded to the threats, mocking Teofimo Lopez for suggesting he can't hit him clean. But as Max Kellerman points out, Teofimo is a risk-taker inside the ring. He's willing to accept a point deduction if it means landing the one punch that could change Shakur's life forever. This psychological warfare is meant to force Shakur into second-guessing his own safety, pulling him out of his technical comfort zone and into a dogfight he may not be ready for.
What's Shakur's biggest weakness? I think Shakur's biggest weakness is choosing me to fight me. Yeah, I don't think he should. I think he made a mistake trying to fight me.
How so? Because you're dangerous?
I'm the best that there will ever be. I'm the best that there'll ever be. And I mean that.
Is this the biggest fight of your career? Will this mean more to you than the win of Lomachenko, which arguably is the biggest win of your career?
I think I'm in a position now. Every fight that I face, any fighter that I face, will be the biggest fight of my career moving forward.
Big fights only.
You know, that's what we like to see. I think that's what the fight fans love to see and want to tune into. And this is what I'm all about. I represent Make Boxing Great Again, and this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna start it off this year, 2026, like that, against Shakur Stevenson, who is arguably the best defensive fighter. You know, and I'm looking forward to show everybody that he is not.
The psychological divide between these two is becoming impossible to ignore. On one side stands Shakur Stevenson, a fighter carrying the immense pressure of preserving a flawless legacy. He's the undefeated star, the man everyone expects to win. On the other side is Teofimo Lopez, a volatile wildcard who appears to thrive when his personal life is in turmoil and the world doubts him. With rumors swirling about a $20 million-plus deal backed by the Ring Magazine megafund, the stakes couldn't be higher. Max Kellerman simplifies it perfectly. Shakur is fighting to protect everything, while Teofimo is fighting with the freedom of a man who has everything to gain. We've seen a special version of Teofimo rise against Vasily Lomachenko and Josh Taylor when critics counted him out, and Kellerman believes that same monster is the one that feasts on technicians for breakfast.
And what this speaks to, and this is a boxing show, boxing is fundamentally exploitative. I get this as a fan. It's a guilty pleasure, I get it, right? And usually it's fans and networks exploiting fighters, right? We say, we want to see you in blood and guts fights, which risks their health for the rest of their life, to entertain us. And Floyd flipped the script. He said, no. Instead of fans and networks exploiting me, I'm going to exploit the fans and networks, right? But Ryan's right. It's not good for the fans. It's good for the fighter. It's just not good for the fans.
I just, knowing everybody, all the 50 opponents you put in front of me, other than Conor McGregor, I beat them all. All of them.
He beat Conor.
No, but I'm just saying, because I don't think he's a real fighter. And it's like, and then you could say when you fought him or when you didn't fight him, when we did fight, you lost.
Hey, Jose Luis Castillo, that first fight.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah, but the fact that Pacquiao could even compete, Floyd will tell you, that's a tough fight. Yeah. The fact that Pacquiao, at his size, one day could compete with Floyd like that. Right. I can't
That's special. That's special. That is
Any
special.
other beef on there? You mentioned Andre Ward.
I think maybe Marquez could be a little higher.
Another expert who shares Kellerman's view on Teofimo Lopez beating Shakur is Gary Antoine Russell. The Maryland native believes this is a true 50-50th matchup, with both fighters carrying an equal chance heading into the bout. However, he feels Teofimo could edge past Shakur simply because he's the naturally bigger and more explosive athlete. Russell also offered an interesting take on Teofimo's strategy, suggesting that the takeover will be calculated with his punch selection against Shakur, an approach that could give him a slight advantage over the defensive technician.
It's 50-50. You know, in order for you to participate in this sport, you gotta have a high level of confidence. I feel like both of them has a high level of confidence. Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson, but styles make fights. Naturally, I think Teofimo Lopez is stronger than Shakur. Naturally, I think he has more athleticism than Shakur, and he got a good IQ on the sport itself. But Shakur, I feel like he's a more smarter fighter. He's a more technical fighter. You know, I'm not saying that he's a square or he's just a textbook fighter, but he's seasoned, he's poised. I feel like mentally he's more mature. Like he don't go outside of the boundaries on taking risks. So a lot of times you will see him fight somebody that could be stiff competition and it'll wind up being a born fight to a degree. You know, that's why everybody was criticizing him for, oh, he's a born fighter. He's a careful fighter. And I feel like with Teofimo Lopez, he's going to be a careful fighter. Now, just because he's a careful fighter doesn't mean that he isn't punctual with how he do things. I think Shakur, he got a lot of this arsenal that he can use to make him be victorious as well as Teofimo Lopez. You know what I mean? So it's a 50-50 fight, and it depends on what fighters show up the night of the fight. Right. You know? But if I had to give you my whole honest truth, if Teofimo Lopez show up and is ready to fight just like how he fought Lomachenko, Theo win.
If that turns out to be true, Shakur could be in for a much tougher night against Teofimo Lopez, a fighter widely known for his explosive power, blistering speed, and ability to change a fight in an instant.
You were coaching Teofimo Lopez, or a fighter like Teo. How do you get past that defense? How do you beat a Shakur Stevenson?
Well, the thing you have to remember about defensive fighters is that they are looking to set up a counter. That's what most defensive fighters do anyway. And he can't wait for those things to happen. He has to be busy and he has to be tenacious. That's how he can stay ahead of the defense. Because if you make me miss once, you make me miss twice. If I throw 5 more, it's very difficult to make me miss 8 punches.
Definitely.
So you have to stay busy and you have to stay on your man. You have to give him no chance to breathe.
No time to think as well, right?
Exactly. And no time to, to correlate what you might do next. So we don't want that to happen. You have to stay ahead of that game.
Adding even more fuel to the fire was a recent backstage confrontation with Gervonta "Tank" Davis, a moment that has left fans seriously questioning whether Shakur's focus is exactly where it needs to be.
And he get a lot of knockouts that people kind of making it like, if you ain't doing what Tank doing, then they gonna say it's boring. Do you feel like it's because of how his style is that they kind of putting that on you, like wanting you to do that?
People is blessed with different ability. He's blessed with a God-given ability that he crack you 9 times out of 10, you gonna go down. That's his ability. I'm blessed with God-given eyes. A lot of people don't understand how good my eyes is. I can see really good. Like punches coming my way, I know how to get away from them at any given time. Our abilities are just different, so they probably are judging me from a scale of him, but at the end of the day, he's a great fighter. He's a special fighter, but I'm special.
During the press tour, Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Shakur Stevenson had a heated exchange that many believe was a calculated distraction. If Shakur is already looking past Teofimo Lopez toward a blockbuster unification with Tank, he could be ignoring the warning signs right in front of him. Even more concerning is Shakur's recent shift in style. After years of criticism for being too cautious, his dominant win over William Zepeda showed him standing in the pocket and trading more than ever before. While that performance earned him new fans, Max Kellerman cautions that this added aggression could backfire. Trading in close quarters with a counterpuncher as explosive as Teofimo is a dangerous gamble, one that could see Shakur's undefeated record vanish in a single round.
If he attacks Shakur in spurts, now once again it has to be controlled chaos, not just chaos. If he attacks Shakur in spurts, now what I mean by that, let me give you an example. If he goes at Shakur and he punches and he throws 4 to 5 punches. He closes the distance, he get up on Shakur, close the distance, then we get there. Work, boom, 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 boom. Let his hands go. Naturally, Shakur is going to be on the defensive. Shakur don't want a motherfucking beat right there. Shakur might give you a little fake counter 1 punch, but you threw 5. You threw 5. He only threw 1, maybe 2. Physically, you're touching him more than he's touching you. The judges and shit pay attention to that. You know, he can push Shakur on the back foot and make Shakur fight defensively depending on his attacks. It has to be, like I say, he got to do it in spurts. Take them first half rounds. When he fought Lomachenko, if he fights Shakur the way that he fought Lomachenko, that would somewhat poke holes in Shakur's game as far as allowing him to dictate the ring, dictate the revenue of the ring. You know, he have to mash the gas, like I say, in spurts. Put Shakur on the defensive, make him want to be defensive, make him question when he punches. And another thing, he has the ability to hurt Shakur too. I don't believe Shakur has the ability to hurt.
The physical equalizers Kellerman points to are Teofimo's raw athleticism and explosive power, tools that sit on an entirely different level from anything Shakur has faced in the lower weight classes. At 140 pounds, Teofimo is the naturally bigger and stronger man. Antonio Tarver stresses that Teofimo is a dangerous underdog because he's a risk-taker who isn't afraid to gamble when the moment calls for it. While Shakur fights a disciplined and seasoned game, rarely stepping outside the lines, Teofimo fights with freedom. He doesn't rely on one fixed style, he does whatever it takes to win. And if Stevenson's hands, which have shown vulnerability in the past, fail to endure a grueling fight, his defensive brilliance could collapse under the pressure of Teofimo's relentless combinations.
Time for him to really take his first loss and, you know, me whoop his ass to the point where either he quits on the stool or I knock him out. How I see this fight being played out is with me pretty much setting that momentum for the people out there as well. You know, not really trying to force for it. However, I can't be too technical with Shakur. You got to make it a little ugly. You got to make it a little ugly. If you try to be too technical with Shakur, it could be too long of a weighted chess match. You know, certain people don't want to see that. They don't want to see pop shots. You know what I mean? They want to see good action. I have yet to see, and I think you could attest with me, I don't think we have seen Shakur face anyone higher than who he's going to face next. And that's of me. So, you know, I definitely, you know, commend him at least for stepping up to the plate. But I think it's time. I think it's really that time for him to really take his first loss and, you know, me whoop his ass to the point where either he quits on the stool or I knock him out.
You really believe that, you know, because everyone will say, oh man, Shakur is probably one of the best defensive fighters in the game. You really believe you can stop Shakur Stevenson?
Finally discovered the flaw in that near-perfect defensive matrix. Max Kellerman is leaning toward the upset, backing the man with nothing to lose over the one who has everything to protect. When the dust settles inside Madison Square Garden, only one of these era-defining talents will remain standing. The real question is, will it be the defensive mastermind, or the rule-breaker who knows exactly how to win? Music, we'll leave that up to you. Do you think Teofimo Lopez has what it takes to beat Shakur? Can Shakur's defensive shield survive the explosive power of Teofimo? Let us know in the comments below. That's all for today's video. Music, if you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an upcoming upload. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next one.